A big thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video.
Pretty amazing up here. This is so nice.
Time goes by, yeah, you and I are running out, running out. Time goes by, I change my mind about you and I.
Morning everybody, fantastic to see you all again. So we're going to go to the lakes really shortly and my on location photography trip, the second part of last Sunday's. But before we do that, I just wanted to say a little bit about how important scouting is to me. Scouting locations and trying to understand locations is something that I find important from a photography point of view, but also from just a general well-being point of view. I really enjoy that process of going without any pressure on me to get a shot, without the light changing quickly, usually in the middle of the day, to try and find good locations, good compositions, and maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get one or two shots, and certainly in this video I did. I got a really good shot that I'm really pleased with. But I'm not going there with that intention. I'm going out really with the intention of just going to the location and find out what it's like. And in this particular, in these two locations, what I wanted to do was scout the heather and find out, knowing that the heather's not going to be in full bloom yet, what it's going to be like. Is it starting to sprout? And are we starting to get flowers on all the heather? Is it going to be a good bloom? And what sort of compositions can I find knowing where it might bloom? So that was my intention. I had a couple of days doing that and I documented that. So let's go to the first location, and I'm in the amazing Langdales in the Lake District looking for some compositions. So I've made it to the first location that I want to scout, and this is a shot I've shot multiple times from different sides of this wall. In fact, there's two of those shots if you've got my Vistas book in there, and I think I say in there that I've not quite got the shot that I like. And what I thought was that there's quite a lot of heather up here. I wanted to go and check that and check if I can find a composition with the heather. And as I was walking up, there was loads of really nice heather. And as I've got to the top, you can see that the heather's just not out here yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inspect it, see if it looks like it's going to come out. In the background, I've got this amazing wall, I've got Side Pike, I've got the Langdale Fells. It looks brilliant. I've just got to check that if I come up again, I get in the right light, that I've got some really amazing foreground, because I want to get a big vista shot here with some foreground and this amazing wall. So I won't take a shot, or I might take some test shots, but it's probably too late in the day to get anything good. But by spending that time that I spoke about on Thursday, I've got more chance of getting a good shot when I come back. So looking at the heather, you can see that it's just starting to flower, and there's pretty much flowers on most of the heather here. So if I can find a composition with some of these clumps that I think are going to flower, then when I come back I should be in luck. It was really pink on the way up, so I just think that these are maybe a different breed, or because they're just higher up, or maybe out of the sun or something, they've not flowered quite as quickly. It is still very early for heather. I think I found a good spot here. So there's quite a bit of heather. None of it's got any flowers out, but it's starting to show. So I've just taken a series of shots on my phone, trying to think quite carefully about the composition, so that when I come back, I've probably got 5 or 6 compositions that I can go to really quickly rather than having to hunt for them. Yeah, I think it's tricky. What I've got to watch out for is distracting either dead heather or blankets of sort of green grass, because I think they draw your eye really strongly. So I'm going to have to position the heather quite carefully, I think. But this is quite good. Over there is quite good. The wall you can see in the distance, and the light's quite nice at the moment as well. So if I get light like this, it probably needs to be sun coming. So it's probably sun. Okay, so I'm back in my studio now. I just want to try and explain the light and sunlight on this particular location and how it's important to understand that. I did show you in location using the photographer's ephemeris on my phone, but I probably didn't do a very good job of it. So The Photographer's Ephemeris is an app for your phone where you can overlay onto the landscape where the sun is going to rise and set. And it's really useful because it allows you to figure out where it's going to hit the landscape. So you can see here that it obviously rises in the summer in the sort of northeast, and it sets in the northwest. And from this particular location, you can see that it's probably, when I actually overlay this onto Google Earth Pro, which allows me to see this sunrise and sunset on the topography of the landscape, you can see that sunrise is probably going to be the best. I'm not going to be shooting into the sun, which I tend to like. It's going to be off to the right-hand side, but it's going to be illuminating the side of the mountain quite nice, the closer mountain, and then the background should be quite good. Sunset, though, should also be quite good because the sun will set behind the mountain and I'll get that sort of glow. But I think for both of them, it's going to be a little bit difficult to see whether the light's going to be on the heather or not. And I think that's going to be a question of probably just trying both. So probably what I'll do is I'll probably go and shoot it at sunset and sunrise. Now, I've been there and looked at the map and looked at where the sun's rising and setting. Okay, back to me in the field, and I've actually found a composition that I think is going to work. So on the way down, I found quite a nice composition actually. I thought I was just going to go back to the car, go and have a coffee, but nope, found a composition. And I think it works. It'd probably be better with a bit of light on the mountain, which there was before, and I'm going to wait here for a little bit longer. I'm not that fussed about it because I think I'm probably need to be here in the morning or in the evening when I get some nice side light on this wall. But I definitely want to get out my camera and take a shot, because I think it's actually quite nice. It's really, really simple. If I just sort of show you, then I've got it in portrait, but basically I've got this wall, and then I just sort of crop it off quite tight on this side, and then it just goes up there, and then the sky's quite nice as well because there's quite a bit of detail in the sky. If I just sort of stop that down, you can see the sky's pretty nice really. So yeah, it's good.
That's why I wanna spend my life with you. I wanna grow old with you. 'Cause nobody loves you like I do.
So I spent a bit more time around the area that I was just in, looking at different heather compositions. And now I've travelled over here, and this is Gummer's House. This was actually the first place that I shot a video when I came back to the UK. It's a real special place to me. I've been up here with my dad so many times before, and I just wanted to just check it out again because I'm going to come back up tomorrow morning. I actually this afternoon had a few hours sleep. Another good thing of having a camper van, because I only had 3 hours last night, and I'm going to get up at 4 AM tomorrow morning to climb up here. So I think I've done all that. I'm just going to go and relax now, look at the beautiful view over the lake and get something to eat. So one of the best things about being in a camper van is you can park wherever you want, get amazing views, and I get Wayfarer's all-day breakfast, my all-time favourite.
You say that something's got to give. You say it's one way to live. Yet you sit and wait for better days. I think we must push through the gray. Hold me closer than the wind.
That didn't quite work out. So it was meant to be flat calm this morning, and it definitely isn't. There's a much stronger breeze, but I'm probably a little bit late out. So much for time management. But I looked out and it was just not great conditions really. The conditions I wanted, where I was hoping to be some mist. So I'm hoping to get some of the early light just on the mountains as I get over the ridge here. I think it'll still be good. It'll be good to sort of check out the conditions up here for when I come back again.
had a good night's sleep last night, which is the main thing. Woo. It is windy. Oh, this is the type of light that you can get good things because there's just a little bit of a break, it'll create really dramatic light. So if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. I'm thinking about stopping my midweek videos, so just so that I have more time to do better quality Sunday videos again, because I'm going to be out and about now and not at home as much. And I don't want the quality to lower. Quality is the most important thing. And if you haven't subscribed, then please consider subscribing. It makes a really big difference to me. It means that you get notified of the uploads, which are predominantly always on Sunday now, but I'd really appreciate it. Right, let's get to the top.
Every second will be your kiss.
Hi, so it's windy but pretty amazing up here. Actually, I'm going to get some good light down there, so I probably need to get a move on. It brings back so many memories coming up here with my dad, who doesn't get out walking as much now, but he is 84 or something. Just celebrated his 6th wedding anniversary.
Oh my God.
Right, get onto it, Nigel. So I'm going to go walk over there, and there's some nice light now on the foreground. Ah, this is so nice.
And we're not different, you and me.
I just missed the light on these grasses. I'm going to stay around those. Reasonable composition here, and there isn't a lot of heather. I was hoping to find a bit of heather down here. I'll probably go a little bit further on. I took a shot about 3 years ago of a tree down there, so I'll probably repeat that as well. And yeah, I'm also playing around with some exposure times with these grasses because it's windy, just so I can experiment really whilst I've got the chance, and I'm not rushing at the moment. So I'm trying, lots of different exposure times to have a look at, and then next time I'm shooting grass, I'll have a better idea and try and improve my skills. It's looking nice over there. I think a long shot would be good, but I want to get some wide angle shots. This is so nice.
So the weather just turned after that. I was really unlucky with the light, and probably what I should have done on this particular morning was just get up a little bit earlier, and it just proves you've just got to get out. You've got to get out, and I just had the extra half an hour lying in my comfy camper van bed when I shouldn't have done. So that's bad. But I was there to scout and just again look at the heather, and I found some good compositions. And then when I was walking back down, there was just a little bit of light, and I managed to get this pano handheld, which I was really, really pleased about. It's a really nice pano of a lesser known part of the Lake District where it starts to get flatter back out to the sort of southeast. So I'm going to show you the print of the image that I took of the winding wall. In fact, I've got a huge print of it as well that I'm going to speak to you about. But before I do that, I want to say thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video. As you know, Squarespace make it possible for me to do these great adventures and to run this YouTube channel. They really massively help me out, but they also help me build my websites. I've built 3 websites now, the Capture Landscapes one for my workshops, my Nigel Danson one, and the World Landscape Photographer website. And it was really, really easy to do, and they make it really easy to make fantastic looking websites. So make sure, if you're looking for a website, you go to squarespace.com, and you can get 10% off if you use the offer code Nigel, or you go to /Nigel. Okay, speaking about workshops, before I get onto this print, I'm going to announce my workshop slightly different this year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to announce my workshops on the 1st of August at 6 o'clock British summertime. The reason I'm doing that is that when I send an email out, everyone goes, oh, I didn't get the email, and all the places were gone. So this time, for my early 2021 workshops, I'm going to be announcing those on the 1st of August. Now, that may change. I may announce them at a later date, but I think that's the date currently that I'm going to announce them. If it does change, then I'll announce the change date on my e-newsletter, so make sure you're signed up below. Okay, so let's go and have a look at this print that I took of this wall. I was actually really pleased with this. When I got this back into Lightroom and edited it and then printed it out, then I was really pleased. Apart from it made a bit of a boo-boo when I printed it. So I printed it on my Canon 2100, and I thought I was going to print it A2 because I was going to print it turned the other way. But unfortunately, it came out the wrong way. I just completely messed up the settings. So I ended up getting this massive image of it, really big, but it looks absolutely spectacular big like this. So I'll just put this back. So I thought, what can I do with that? And I thought what I'll do is, I'm really close to 100,000 followers now on Instagram. So I thought I'd do a giveaway on Instagram for anybody that follows me on Instagram or anybody who is following me on Instagram. So I'm going to post that image on Instagram. All you've got to do to be in with a chance is make sure you follow me on Instagram and then comment on that image. I'll pick somebody that's commented on it and I'll sign it and send them that image in the post anywhere in the world. Anyway, just let's have a little bit of a chat about this image because I really liked it, and I just want to say why I think it works. And I think a big part of it is obviously this leading line of this wall and the fact that I'm really close to it here, and then you sort of see it all the way into the distance. But I think it's the simplicity of this foreground that helps it quite a lot as well. So I've not got too many distracting elements. In fact, I've just got two different repeating textures. I've got the repeating texture of the wall and then the repeating texture of these ferns. And then it's, you know, a lot of people ask about balance and say, how do you know whether something's balanced? But I feel that this is quite well balanced because I've got this quite chunky wall here that's balanced by this stronger sort of green here, and that works. And then this balances diagonally this darker mountain here. So I feel like, you know, there's almost like four elements to this that just all work in harmony. There's this wall, these ferns, this mountain, and then this set of mountains here, and then the dark sky just sort of brings your eye down. So yeah, I think it works. I think it works really well as a print. I'm really pleased with it. And actually what I thought is that I'd probably need something with a little bit more light on the mountain in the background, and that probably would give it that super special element. But even with flat light, no light, the light had all disappeared when I took this image, it still looks really good, and it just proves that you don't need amazing light to get a really good shot. Anyway, I hope that's helped this week. I hope you've enjoyed me scouting out a little bit and seeing that some of the things that I do when I go and scout a location. And until next week, in fact, it'll be Thursday. I'm going to do a midweek video after saying I'm going to stop my midweek videos. I'm going to do one on Thursday because I've got a little bit of time to do that. So until Thursday, bye.
It's a hard thing